Welcome to Good Morning Akron, everyone. I'm your host, Sarah, and today I get to talk with Emilie Oxley. Emilie, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. And Emilie is actually a friend of mine, and so I actually know her as well, but she started this amazing organization, and she is the executive director of Refuge Host Homes. And so, Emilie, for people who have never heard of it, what is Refuge Host Homes?
So basically, in a nutshell, we try to connect vulnerable pregnant women with host families and supportive housing that will enable them to have safe, supportive, stable housing during their pregnancy and then in transition into motherhood.
Wow. And how did this become a passion for you? What made you say, this is what I want to do with my life?
So we have worked personally in the foster care system for many years and a lot in social services to young children and families. And we began to see the same whole of housing being a huge barrier to working through these other major life issues that they've had. So we often tend to think of these Band-Aid solutions. We want to get them food, we want to get them a job, we want to get them childcare. But if we don't take care of the housing piece, all of those are going to fall out. And so Refuge Host Homes was born in 2022 out of a desire to really start to take the things that are already being done well in our community and provide a foundation of stable housing for those community resources then to build upon.
Okay.
So the three main areas that we seek to address is the soaring infant mortality rate in our community, which not many people are aware of. We have one of the highest in the state, our county, and actually a huge racial disparity there. Black babies are dying at three times the rate of white babies.
Wow.
And the infant mortality means the rate that babies die before their first birthday.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we have so many babies in our community that are not making it to age 1. So we want to address that, and we want to address the affordable housing crisis, which is no surprise and no secret in our community. There is just simply not enough housing that people can get into that is safe and that they can stay in, affording monthly rent. And then we also know we have an overloaded foster care system. And so we look at this at the upstream idea of before kids are getting to foster care, before they're needing to be removed from their families, what can we do years ahead of time to make sure that those babies and those moms are starting on a safe foundation together and that they can remain together, rather than having to try to reunify later after something tragic has happened.
Right, because essentially what you're doing is you are trying to help the parent, so that the child doesn't get into the system or, heaven forbid, the infant mortality stuff that you talked about, how, that they would actually lose their life. So I love that you're like, let's back up. How can we help these pregnant moms, families, who get themselves into a situation that they just need the resources and help, right?
Yes.
So that's really wonderful. So what is a tangible way, if someone is watching this and they are like, that's an amazing idea, I have a heart for that, how can they help you?
So we kind of have 3 spheres of involvement. So we have a network of host homes. So these are people who have said, I have an extra bedroom, I have some space in my home. I actually want to open up that space and have a pregnant mom live with me.
Okay.
So that is a really, really hands-on experience.
That's going all in.
That's all in.
Yes.
So, and that could be, an empty nester couple. It could be a family with kids. It could be a single woman who says, I want to share my space. And so we have that part of our program where our moms are actually placed in a host home and they live for about a period of anywhere from 3 to 9, 12 months, depending on what kind of support they need. And then we work with community partners. So the people, the organizations that are already providing quality services for pregnant women, things like pregnancy centers, counseling centers, medical providers, we find those people in the community that are willing to work specifically with the moms in our program to provide comprehensive services. So then the third part is that we actually work with area churches. And so we say, hey, local church, you have a space, an area of need in our community. We've identified one. Housing, pregnant moms is an area of need.
Yeah.
So often the church says, we care, but what do we do? So we say we can actually connect you with a mom, a specific mom, and you can help provide her supportive housing. So after a mom's in a host home, ready to move on to more independence, we place her in an apartment that she begins to pay rent. She works with one of our landlords. We call them restorative landlords.
So I love that.
They are landlords who are committed to walking this journey with a pregnant mom. And so this mom, though, begins to pay rent.
Yeah.
And we know that the working rate, salary rate that they are able to find jobs at are about $12 to $14 an hour usually. And if you think about the affordable housing definition that HUD has released, they say you should only spend about 30% of your income towards housing, and that means you'll have enough to cover your other expenses. Right. Well, 30% of the income of most of our moms ends up being about $300 a month. There is no housing apart from Section 8 housing, right, which has a 3 to 5 year wait list right now. There is no housing available for $300 a month. So we say, okay, landlords, can we work with you, put a mom here, she will pay what she can, and then our partner churches will supplement her rent. So it's getting everybody involved in a different way, but the whole goal is to get this mom stably housed, to help her know she's a part of a larger community. We see her, she matters, she has tangible help, she has relational connections, and she knows she's not alone.
Right. I love that bigger picture because it's not only about connecting her with the affordable housing, but it's about connecting her with this community that then she can rely on for more than just those tangible things, you know, for the emotional needs that she may have, and anything else that would come up. So I think that's really important that you are then addressing even more. You're starting with the physical, which is always the first thing that needs addressed.
It's a definite
and then you're addressing more than just the physical. So that's really beautiful.
Yeah, and we really stress the fact that this is a long-term program. There is no quick fix here because we're actually addressing generations of a cycle of trauma, poverty, all kinds of things that have happened to help this woman land where she is.
Right.
And so we're not going to
and walking them through that too.
So we're going to walk with them long-term, relationally. We're going to engage the church. We're going to engage people that have housing space. We're going to engage all of these different parts and help this mom know that there's hope and that she does not have to raise her child in the same way that she found herself
so
being
important.
raised. So.
And also on the other end, if someone's watching this and they might need to reach out to you because they are in a position where they are struggling. They may have newly found out that they're pregnant. How can someone like that reach out to you?
So we actually work with our community partners. They refer to us.
Okay.
So if there is someone that is struggling, we encourage them to go to a pregnancy center or their medical provider or a church or any place that they may be getting help already and let them know that they have a need for safe housing.
Okay.
And then that organization will contact
reach
us
out
and
to you guys.
We will go from there.
All right. Can you share with us, do you have a website? Do you have social media?
Yes. RefugeHostHomes.org. We have a pretty comprehensive website with all of the links and information that can help you get started with us as a volunteer, or if you are needing help, or if you're a community organization that would like to partner with us. All of that information is on our website.
Thank you so much, Emilie. I just am so thankful that you are providing hope. These are hard times right now. There's a lot of really difficult things in our world, and all we can all do is provide a little bit of hope. So thank you for providing hope to moms in our area that may feel like they don't have that.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're so glad that you were able to join us today here on Good Morning Akron. I'm Sarah. Stay tuned. We've got more great interviews coming on up.